defense rests, let's lay it down. Gonna dig deep, wave that verdict round. The defense rests, time to analyze. With the evidence, we'll unveil the crime. Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule at the defense rests.
Unmute. Good morning, my lovelies. Good morning, good morning. Good Monday morning. Good mad Monday morning. Good merry Monday morning. Just good morning for you anyway. Oh, actually, in about 30 minutes it'll be morning for me too. How did we have a good weekend this weekend? Yes? Everyone all good? Anything exciting happening? Who of you managed to catch the broadcast, the podcast? Anyone? Anyone? If not, there is a link in the chat that you can click. That was very professional, Jodie. Speaking of professional, the end of the podcast was hysterical. For some reason, because I don't know how to use this software properly yet. Sorry, let me start again. Good morning, Defense Rest. I'm here. I'm here with my jazz hands, and yes, we're here. Okay. The podcast blooper, that's the one. Yes, it was hysterical because my screen, it's set up completely different to StreamYard, and I had all of these scenes set up ready to go. So I had, the bits of the trial that we wanted to go through of the video. I had them set and ready to go. I had some documents on Jason Spillars and his criminal history, and I had some Georgia laws on insanity and blah, 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 blah. We used none of it. None. So when I clicked on the outro, normally that transfers to the main page and you see what is being played. And my screen went blank. It just did nothing. It like froze and I couldn't do anything. And the next thing I know, it's me centre stage, and then Steve pops centre stage, and you can hear him pissing himself in the background. And apparently his wife pissed herself as well. So, but the outro was playing, unbeknownst to me. So yes, we are professionals at all times. All right, that song can stop now. Thank you. I thought that might be nice. All right, welcome in, welcome in. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Miss Tricia. That's the bloopers, yes. So funny, so funny. So given that I had all of this material and I'd done this deep dive, and Cindy Braddock had worked really hard backstage with me to she was sending me all these fantastic links and all these docs and stuff. So I thought I'm not going to waste them. I thought we would go through them today and just analyze a little bit more Jason Spillars and Ben Michael, Brian Joyce, Brian, whatever he calls himself nowadays, because I've got a lot of information. So we shall go through it. But first up, actually, should I do that first up or not? I'll wait. I'm going to wait for that. I'll make you wait. So I'm just going to play the segment from the state's rebuttal regarding, oh yes, we're going to analyze the piece out of it. Correct. Yep. That's where I'm at. And I make no bones about it either. So this is the rebuttal. The state's witness, the state's rebuttal on why she chose to put him on the stage. I'm being very YouTube friendly. Okay, let's listen.
The fact of the matter is, it is their burden to prove insanity. It is not our burden. She is presumed sane under the law. It is our burden to prove the murder. It is their burden to prove insanity.
That one there.
I want to talk to you about some of the evidence that came for you. And one of the things that we need to talk about is Jason Spillars.
It looks pretty hot to me.
I know everybody in the free world
now.
was questioning the wisdom of my decision to put this man on the witness stand and let him ramble on incessantly. I promise you, it was not because I am a pea-brained female who is not capable of intelligent thought like Mr. Spillars would like you to believe. He provided some very valuable information, and he provided context to some things that you needed to have. There were statements made by Chloe Driver in this case about his new friends in the group, about her new existence, about how things had changed when he had gotten these new followers. Who do you think she's talking about? Old Crazy Pants. And he took this witness stand and talked about drinking his own pee, talking about all of his crazy views about women and their inferiority and how they're not capable of intelligent thought. And most of what he had to say was complete garbage. And I expect that most of what he had to say, you all will probably completely disregard. But what became very clear is that him and Benjamin had this little intellectual romance. And they probably sat around and acted like they were the two smartest men who ever lived on the face of the planet. And things got different for Chloe and Hannah and the other women because Benjamin was in this little romance with his smart buddy, Jason Spillars, and the women were supposed to giggle and play and go do the things that women do because they're not smart enough to participate in intelligent thought. And so things got different for Chloe Driver, and she didn't like it. Those were her statements. You seeing it with your own two eyes, what her existence was, her wanting to get far away.
So that pretty much is, let me get back to that, the reason why she put him on the stand, to pretty much decipher, to show the jury that her reality was this existence, and that was part of it. So which one do I do next? I actually have two jail phone calls between Benjamin and Jason. Actually, let me play one of them first. Let me play one of them for you. Which one? That one. Pause. Share this tab instead. Add to stage. Now this one is just after he testifies, I believe. Now, I wasn't aware of it, but apparently Benjamin was sequestered as a witness for the trial, but they never called him. He doesn't say who, whether it was the defense or the state, but he was under sequestration and could not watch any of the trial on the YouTubes. All right, so this is a call between the lovey-dovey brothers, Jason and Benjamin, whilst Jason is in prison. I'll just boost it for you.
This is a direct pay call from
Jason Spillars.
Can you
an
hear that?
inmate at the Cherokee County Jail. Charges for your call have been accepted.
Howdy. How's it going?
Just speed that up a little bit.
No real change. Can't really hear you. It's going.
Very little change.
I see. Yeah, I'm just hanging out here.
Oh, this is the first one. Sorry.
There's a lot of code being displayed. So I'm just.
But, oh. Might as well play the first one.
Acceptance.
Play the right one. You would have done that.
This is a direct pay call from
Jason Spillars.
an inmate at the Cherokee County Jail, Georgia. Charges for your call have been accepted.
Jason,
Hey, buddy.
I don't want to talk to you, man.
I don't want to talk to you, man.
It's just, you know, very clear that anything we can say could ruin what's going on. So.
Yes, I understand. I do want to talk to you. I love you. I appreciate you. I do, of course, I want to talk to you for the rest of the life. Well, I just wanted to say that yes,
anything you say could be a problem for the stability and certainty of the outcome of the case. And that was
no, I understand that.
By Indiana and by Katie, and I want to be honorable. Both sides get to listen to these calls, have listened to these calls, are listening to these calls, perhaps presently. So, yeah, I don't want to anything to compromise or jeopardize status. So,
well, do you want to?
Who would have thought that someone could actually talk more than Jason Spillars?
Did you make it to your destination? Do you want to just chit chat for a second?
Not really.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
I understand that things are moving a little faster. I might be there sooner. So it's my understanding it could be flawed because I believe it was from Jonathan. I'll ask Katie that after I testify, I believe I can sit in the court afterward. And even if not, but that my part will be over, your part's over. At that point, you and I can talk freely. We can talk deeply, discreetly, or sarcastically, as we wish, obnoxiously, sacredly, whatever. But at the moment,
how about you just
no. I mean, I already know. She's already told me, bro. So you don't have to say anything else.
I'm saying, pardon, how she looked, how it felt. I don't know. Like I could probably ask you how you felt in there, how she felt, but I don't even want to do that. You know, I mean, like,
I don't either.
The main thing is that we're not colluding on strategy, or I'm not polishing by hearing, you know, stuff like that. Totally. I want to be faithful to that process. So I'd like to ask you things like,
really?
You got to see her first. She's in the courtroom. You're the first one of any of us she's seeing.
Yeah.
You know, how did that affect her? You know, stuff like that. But I don't even want to ask you stuff like that. You know, because
why did you make
this stuff will be used however anybody wants to spin anything. And I don't want to do that, you know?
For sure.
I mean, hopefully we'll have the rest of our lives to talk about every increment of anything and everything. You know, I don't know if there's anything that I need to hear from you now, except that you were there, you testified today, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I did. You could probably watch it on TV, on Court TV.
No, I can't. I can't watch Court TV because I was informed clearly also by Katie that I can't do that.
Oh, you can't. Oh, I got it. Well, then you'll see it sometime.
I mean,
well,
Acceptance.
You could probably watch it on TV.
Good morning, Born Free. Welcome to the Defense Rests. You're in for a treat. I have some really, really good stuff today. This is a phone call between Benjamin and Jason, a jail call that was made just after he testified. In this, there's about 4 minutes remaining. And then I have something, little creation I've made.
On Court TV.
No, I can't. I can't watch Court TV because I was informed clearly also by Katie that I can't do that.
Oh, you can't. Oh, I got it. Well, then you'll see it sometime.
I mean,
I got you.
Having footage on record is pretty cool.
You need to all hang around after this phone call, and I will play this. It's a public service announcement.
You know, to review parts of it I don't even know, or you know, hear testimony from, you know, the sad testimony from medical people who were with at the end where I didn't get to be because the police kept me in that room at Jerry's house, even though I wasn't a suspect. I never understood why I couldn't go.
Currently speaking is Benjamin, and he's having a whinge that the law enforcement and medical people kept him in the bedroom at Jerry's house and wouldn't allow him to travel with Hannah and be present when her soul departed.
With Hannah and just be with her in the last moment.
Yeah.
I still don't understand that, or just that being not even procedure or protocol, just whatever dude and dudettes on the scene decided, like, oh, we're just going to have you there. It's confusing to me my heart wishes I could have been there, of course, obviously, for the transit of her soul, for her being, for her body, for her humanness, just to have been there.
Sure.
That being said, no, I'm not. I would like to see that in the future if it's still available on there, to hear from some of the people
Oh, it's
who
there.
were at the lab, the medical professionals, et cetera, out. But yeah, as of now, no, I'm not. I can't watch that. I'm sequestered. I mean,
Yeah, so apparently you were
I got it.
sequestered.
and as much as me talking to you, then you'd be telling me about your testimony. I'd be viewing your that's out of the pale. So
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
want to mess up. I don't want to tamper with any part of the process. So as I said to Katie about our communications prior, she said, no, really, it's not a big deal. Whatever you guys were saying on the phones here in Osceola prior, because he wasn't in the courtroom yet. But once he's in the courtroom, don't talk to him about it. Don't talk to him about.
Oh,
don't
yeah.
don't talk to him. About that. Not
Yeah.
don't talk, but don't talk about that. And not talking, don't talk about that because it's on your mind. So that being said, I would like to say I love you, and I'm sure I'm proud of you and appreciate what you did today without even being there. And I know you did your best, even if, what you might call media spin was there, in general, optics, however it be. I'm sure you did good as you know how to do, and it'll be what it'll be. And, as Mr. Laporta would say, you do your best and surrender the rest in faith. Yeah, you show up, put it on record, and that's it, and I know you did that. So, I don't really want to talk about it. I love
He just
you.
talks about it, but doesn't want to talk
All
about
right,
it.
bud.
Do you know when you get transported back to Osceola?
I would think that it would be soon.
Listen
I'm
to
ready
this.
to get back. I'm ready to get back to my federal treatment.
I'm
Went
ready to get
shithole.
back to my federal treatment.
I'm ready for my quality food and my yard time and my getting out of my cell and going outside and
Quality food.
they lock us down here, so it's like there where our dorm is, or our doors are open like pretty much. Sometimes on the weekends they don't even lock us down. They don't even shut the doors on the weekends. So
What are you complaining about then?
Well, I just want to say that it wouldn't bother me at all. I'm getting my psychology where it needs to be, building on my energy, getting ready to do this. I wouldn't mind, if we didn't talk till next Wednesday or Thursday in Osceola. So.
Okay, sounds good.
But, I'd also encourage you as soon as you get back to Osceola to give me a call, or if anything drastic comes up while you're still in Cherokee County, or if they leave you there. I'm not telling you not to call me. Just call me.
Just call me.
Yeah, no, I will.
Call me, but don't call me.
Let me decide if I'm in a headspace where it's not going to disrupt me getting laser dialed in on this. Okay?
I got you.
I got you. Yeah. I love you, man.
I'm glad you exist.
Yeah.
I'll give you a reach around.
And I wish you swift release and processing from everything you're going through.
I appreciate it.
Miss you. Mwah, mwah. Love you. Mwah. Bye, hun. All right. Now what's this one? Welcome to this important community service announcement. The re-emergence of a long-forgotten medical condition thought of as extinct purely due to the theories of natural selection has re-emerged, hiding in plain sight, right under our noses. It's called dipshititis. It dates back to medieval times. In fact, its first formal recognition and symptomology was made by none other than Anne Boleyn herself. Upon further investigation into the Netflix series The Tudors, Anne Boleyn can clearly be heard calling the king a dipshit just moments before the chop. Symptoms include, but are not limited to, the donning of crown headwear, the inability to answer a question in less than 200 words, hallucinations depicting females on beaches, an absolute avoidance of commitment, responsibility, and taxation, prone to unprovoked violence,
and the presence of multiple social media accounts in multiple names. Another symptom is incoherent ramblings on said social media.
Now, just have a read of some of this shit. All right. This is taken off Benjamin's Instagram account. Always had been, always will, so long as the AI rules the construct with parameters. Oh, I am much the wiser having read that. Here are some facts from a shopkeeper dialogue box. What does that say? Something.
An example of
Bubble
these
blurb.
are listed.
Bubble blurb. What's that? Fuck if I know. What is the real conspiracy? The alt programming says it's population reduction, but can you make a critical reading? Reading of what? Reconsider the point of the series, Westworld, and move back east to an aligned center of you. Hone and cultivate a profoundly recalibrated lens on life as it actually is in genuine simplicity. Mate, you're off your rocker. Just say it.
Below. They make no sense whatsoever. None. Zip. Zilch.
Nada.
Nada. Cray cray. Causes include blunt force head trauma, hallucinogenic drug use, a genetic predisposition, the consumption of one's own urine, or just plain bad luck. Treatments include the following, and whilst there is no known cure, some of the options include Prozac, anti-hallucinogenics, the Baker's Act, or incarceration in one form or another. But scientists are currently working on a mandated anti-dipshit vaccine as we speak.
Yep.
So if you have any concerns that you or someone you know may have been exposed to dipshititis, please contact authorities at the web address below.
Now, at that web address, you must follow the prompts. If you cannot follow the prompts, it's likely that you have dipshititis.
Thank you for listening.
I have so much fun making that. Oh dear. So, yes, that is the new terminology and my professional diagnosis for these two stooges. Now, this is a compilation of stuff that I collected with the help of Cindy. So all these photos have been taken off either one of their Instagram accounts, apart from obviously the picture of Chloe in the middle, and the bottom left one where Tanya sent me the other day. The rest of them are mostly Benjamin, but particularly have a look at the ages of these girls. And, you know, it looks like he's got at least 3 or 4 children at the moment. Like this chick down the bottom here in the red hair, can't zoom in on it, but she looks about 11. It's ridiculous. So this was an article to do with Spillars and what he was arrested for. So Spillars' statements on the superiority of men in the nationally watched trial link back to alleged threats he made to community members in the southern Humboldt area, including his claim that a young woman was his possession. According to a 2021 press release by the Humboldt County Sheriff's Department, Spillars was at that time wanted on a nationwide warrant and was reported to be armed and dangerous after being spotted in Garberville. Community members were urged to be vigilant, with one local telling us at the time that Spillars had made threats to kidnap, rape, red rum, and torture numerous children, teens, and women in our town. Outstanding citizen. In December 2022, a Humboldt County woman published a letter accusing Spillars of cyberstalking. She urged residents to report any suspicious messages they received to the authorities and described the fear caused by Spillars' alleged online harassment. Now, Spillars' run-ins with the law culminated in November 2021 when he was arrested in Sonoma County. And apparently, his car broke down or something, and he called like the call out people, we call it the RACV, but they're like roadside assistance. He called them and they reported his number plate, and that's how they got him on the warrant. So according to this young woman, she first met Spillars in 2017 with a group of friends, and it was her freshman year of college, and she went to Coachella. Oh, they all went to Coachella together, and one of her friends brought Spillars along with them. And he would send all these really long messages on their Instagrams and comment on all their pictures, like stalk them. Let me see if I can actually bring that up on a bigger screen for me so I can see it. Move that over there, because that little one is too small for me to reach, but to read from here. So that text message, so he's calling himself Paul Us himself. And it says, your father is also going to die for raping my wives when they were little girls. I'm sure you and your father have become accustomed to each other after all these years, haven't you? More importantly, this is what you get for not having any fucking manners. People you know will be dead before Boonaroo. I plan to be there. Being in proximity to you or will allow much stronger lifelong curses to be easily enacted. Really? Yep, he's been exposed to dipshititis. So the next one, the young woman received messages making bizarre accusations and threatening her father. And they just kept getting worse and worse, she said, and got crazier and crazier. There was a lot of death threats, and he started leaving perverse threats. So now he's calling himself Viceroy Paulus. You better still have your hymen intact for me, like it was supposed to be before I got blocked by your pitiful mother and the demon. Bleh. If not, then it's 100% the end of blank very soon. If so, then it is not 100% that violent blurb gets to live. What the? Like, I'm on the way. You'll be easy to find. See you soon. How could you even give these girls compliments? They are not the cutest or the best at all, and you know it. That's called being fake. No, you're called being a fuckwit, which is called being a hateful and violent. Hey, sorry, you're going to be dead really soon and you're going to be tortured before you die. If so-and-so is not a virgin for me like she was supposed to be before you got in my way, then so-and-so is going to die too. I'm on the way right now. Like, would you imagine this poor girl receiving this? Please leave all this up so when blip or blip becomes a missing person, you can reference back to this as if you had some kind of authority over me. Nothing will happen to me, obviously, and you'll never see them again. They will spend the rest of their lives living in alignment with order and obedience and learning how to not be so insolent. There's nothing I could do to any of you, including take the lives of your entire family, which would be as extreme in your mind as your level of insolence is extreme in mind. I'm so excited for blah, blah, and blah, blah to be dead. I can't even tell you. I know what I can tell you. So this is the wanted sticker, put up, I think, by Osceola County or somewhere. And that was the vehicle that he was driving. Now, he's currently charged in North Carolina with 14 counts of interstate communications of threats of violence violation under that US code. That the alleged offences occurred in October 23. Now, he has recently requested to represent himself in the charges against him. Surprise, surprise. Now, that hearing actually took place on the 22nd of November, I think it was. I think it was last Friday, in Charlotte. But I could not, I found the court that he was at, but I could not access any of it. It's full federal, unfortunately. So this is a post from the Sonoma sheriff when he was arrested. Deputies arrested fugitive with help from roadside assistance company. On Friday night, deputies arrested a man who had a nationwide warrant for his arrest. About 9:15 p.m., dispatch received a call that a wanted man was located on the 200 block of Aviation Boulevard, Santa Rosa. The man was Jason Spillars, 33, transient. Dipshit. He had called roadside assistance company and was awaiting arrival of a tow truck. Employees at that company discovered he was a fugitive and called us to report it. Deputies in dispatch confirmed Spillars had an extradition warrant out of North Carolina and that he was considered dangerous and possibly armed. When deputies arrived, they found Spillars in a van and ordered him. Oh shoot! Sorry, I haven't changed the page. Sorry, that was his wanted ad. Why didn't you tell me I was missing? Dipshit. So when deputies arrived, they found Spillars in a van and ordered him out at gunpoint. Spillars complied, unfortunately, and was arrested without incident. He was booked into jail on a felony fugitive charge. He's being held without bail and awaiting an extradition hearing. His warrant is for charges of assault, threats, and violation of probation. We'd like to thank the astute employees of the Roadside Assistance Company for calling us when they discovered he was a fugitive. Right. Excellent job. Good job. Next. So this is the statement that he made when he was testifying. The Benjamin was the head of the household when it came to his family, believing in a patriarchal family and traditional gender roles. When pressed by prosecutors if that was biblically based, Spillars replied, no, it's just psychologically sound. Men are better leaders. They are better decision makers. They can regulate their emotions in a way that women cannot, and they're just better leaders. I mean, these are women, you know. These are women. They want to run and laugh and be silly on the beach while me and Zia sit. Hang on, I'm going to have to do this in this. Sorry.
I mean, these are women, you know. They want to run and laugh and be silly on the beach while me and Z are sitting here discussing doctorate-level perceptions and quantum physics. But these women don't have these types of conversations. They do what women do. We're not having these conversations with these women. I'm not even sure they're capable of it. And I'm a dipshit.
I mean, for shiz. Really? Yep. And this is his Instagram page. I don't know if he's selling those t-shirts, but his quote is, you know how this ends. Everyone does. Force destroys violence. Punishment for the wicked. Love wins. Moksha for all, even the demons. He's so wise. So wise. No wonder so many people follow him. Yeah. And then we have Benjamin. Mhm. If you got onto his Instagram account, it's actually under a completely different name. Well, you'll see it in a second. Hang on. So it's under Brian Ben Rosenrauch. A musician, a trust law consultant, a consciousness science sage, and a financial advisor turned farmer, now out to develop a brand new kind of property acquisition. It's called theft. Oh, yeah. And have a look at the age. Like, so it looks like he's gone bush and he is just procreating. If you look at the girl in the bottom, I don't know if I can zoom that in anymore for you. I don't think I can. Full screen layout. Yeah, she looks like she's 12. And there are so many photos of women and babies on there. So many. Now, this was one of the posts I found on there that I just thought, what the? So he was referencing this dotted bit of paper you can see to the left-hand side of the screen. It's just got numbers and equations of some sort on it. It makes no sense whatsoever. But he's written decipher codex calculus allegations of salacious serendipity calibrated to value blocks that collapse eventually under the weight of an analysis too accurate to disorientate and dismiss, and y'all are dismissed. They whom know already knew and have access when and how to dismantle this rude yoanker. What the fuck? Like, seriously, what the fuck? He needs. I don't understand why no one has pressed any charges against. Like, why didn't they? Oh. So then we go on to more rubbish. It's just rubbish. It's gobbledygook. It's trust in thy Holy Ghost, bring back castles, regalia, and the mystery schools, wizards, bards, and all that is reverent, sacred, and sinister alike out in the open. Until Ragnarok shall we come quickening. Zab no nanags. Kindness for weakness. I am kind to everyone, but when someone is unkind to me, weak is not what you are going to remember about me. Yeah, well, there's more of just the rubbish. So that's pretty much what I put in the in the dipshit files. And then if you go back to his Facebook page on here, there is a link at the bottom to a website that's called www.soundcloud. Okay, so I clicked on it, and this is what came up. Flesh Fiesta. So now he's writing songs. Flesh Fiesta. And that is in Hartford. So I hope none of you live anywhere near Hartford or anywhere near Charlotte or where was it? Osceola. I don't know. I can't remember these counties' names anymore. Right, so that's them. And yes, I do believe my diagnosis was correct, that they all suffer from dipshit-itis, basically. So, I thought we would go and have just a quick look at some of his testimony. And I was going to do something else. What was I going to do? Oh, maybe we can go and search the court records again and see if I can find anything about whether or not his motion to become pro se, if it was granted or not. So we can search that together. All right. So this is just a flashback reminder of what we had to endure. Oops, share this page instead. That would be, let's get rid of that. Present, share screen. Okay. And add to stage. Let's have a listen to what divine and irrefutable wisdom Jason Spillars can impart on us.
Sure.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you shall give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I promise that I will be honest with you.
Okay.
So right from the get-go. Oh, I've got another jail phone call to play for you too.
Yes.
Do you have some opposition to swearing? Is that
Yes, I do.
concern?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, apparently
Can you
not.
affirm that you will be honest and tell the truth today?
I just told you that I would be, and I will be. I will be completely honest and transparent in regards to the matter which we're here today.
Okay.
And my experience with this circumstance.
Okay,
Mhm.
great. And can you state your full name?
Jason Allen Spillars,
All right. How old are you, Mr. Spillars?
36.
And you're wearing orange. Are you in custody?
Now
at this
we
time?
know why.
Not in church. I didn't mind to open up my home to them at all. I let them stay there.
We've talked a lot about the three women
Yeah.
and Z. During the entire time you knew them, was Hannah a part of that?
Yeah, she was there. She was there all the time. She was always around. There was never any point in time where Nimsy, as I will refer to her, there was never a point in time where Nimsy wasn't around.
Was Nimsy her Hebrew name? That was
Yes.
given? Okay. My first witness. Do you recognize what's depicted in Psalm 86?
Yeah, that's her.
Okay. Is this the child that you spent time around?
Yeah.
Okay. Published dates 86. And you said that she was always around.
Yeah. She was.
How did they manage the care of Nimsy? Was everybody involved in that, or was it?
I would say it was more predominantly Kawani,
Okay.
but the other girls definitely were there to support, and Z definitely was there to support.
Okay, there's tissues there if you need them.
Yeah.
So, all these periods of time where you talked about weeks at a time spending with him and the
Yeah.
women, was Nimsy a part of that too?
100%.
Okay.
That's my little friend right there. We
That's
grew
my
a
little friend.
pretty significant bond
Right.
together.
Okay. What do you mean by that? What was your relationship with her like?
I mean, she was like like I said, she was my friend. You know, she would always wave and smile at me, and she would come to me and like allow me to hold her. You know, and she wasn't always like that with everyone.
Okay.
We were definitely, I was definitely pretty close with that baby, and all of the individuals in the group recognized that, particularly the baby would go to me.
Oh, they all knew that I
A
was
lot of
the
babies are like
special
that.
one.
Like I with a lot of babies.
They all knew it. They all knew. They were so jealous. Babies always liked me. I was the favourite. Blah, blah. I actually think that we should play this call before we listen to that testimony again, because he actually talks about what he's going to do during his testimony. So this is before. Oh, you stupid. Oh, sorry. I haven't even shared the page. I'm suffering. Dipshit on this. Just quietly. Yep. There we go. It's the right one. There we go.
I can't really hear you. It's going.
Very little change.
I see. Yeah, I'm just hanging out here. There's a lot of code being displayed. So I'm just
Not
I
today,
spent a lot of
sweetheart.
time just being still, really still today. Just trying to hold some space and just doing my best to produce some balance in this place. So that's it. I just want to give you a quick call. They're going to lock us down here soon, but just wanted to give you a quick buzz. And
Well, you know, I mean, the only thing is sitting with it. I just wonder how big the circus tent really is.
yeah, me too.
Apparently, Shayla heard Katie say to her,
They
and I was
muted
like,
that bit.
I didn't hear that line from her. She said that after I talked about we said, and I was like, wait, like, how big a circus are they trying to, like, how, oh my God. And then I remembered this business, and you might remember from way back that I kind of put out in mind. They got into a Treadway here for about 2 weeks, and then stopped talking to me, and we were in Sarasota directly after, and I received that call from Kendall. You remember all this?
Yeah.
And she said Lonnie's lawyer contacted her and wanted her to do all the stuff, but she didn't want to do it. Remember?
Okay.
The point was they were already all over this, playing this game. In fact, you know, so I think just, who knows, you know?
Yeah.
And I put it out of mind, but that was the whole thing with Landon. And then Lauren Paget shows up by March because of this whole news thread. People were chatting and tells anybody like that. Remember this whole business? Contact parents or contact a lawyer.
Yes.
Save our from the Reddit things or whatever these people places people were chatting. And yeah, so like there was a funnel, and that's when Eric and Renee stopped talking to me in that March. So yeah, I don't. I'm just particularly disgusted and daunted because they just have no idea how big the circus is.
Sure.
I was talking to Jerry, guys. Two reflections of both the judge and Katie are pretty much just disgusted by this whole thing and want to be over it. It just sort of implies that they know even more than they say about what it means about this fiasco. Like there might have been some cross back and forth. This is just making me not want to come at all. Like, I don't get it. I also want to attempt to get in touch with Katie tomorrow and just be like, is it too late for you guys just to call me as a witness? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But anyway, do you have anything?
I was going to say, if you did come and they tried to arrest you on that silly thing with Kyle, and you did pay a bond, and you just put a squiggly line as your mark for your signature on the bond, then you could later have that undone and say that you signed under duress, just so you know. I mean, you're obviously...
just sign a squiggly line, and then later you can have it undone because you say you signed under duress. Then have a listen to what it does.
signing under duress anyway. But I just wanted to, you know, if you hadn't considered that.
Give you some tips,
like
mate.
The whole, like, being arrested for
How
Kyle,
to get out of
you know,
it.
instead of just, like, you know, waiting it out like you should, they probably wouldn't hold you for, like, a week or so. But, you know, just so you didn't get held up, if you wanted to pay, they probably wouldn't give you, but, like, I mean, a couple $1,000 bond, I guess, you know, who knows, which would only cost you, like, hundreds of dollars to get out of jail. And just put a squiggly line. On certain things, I just put a squiggly line. Like, when I accept my commissary orders, I just put a squiggly line because that's my signature under duress.
Oh, so he puts a squiggly line when he accepts his commissary orders because he accepts his commissary orders under duress. They forced him to take his commissary. The shame.
And you could be released, and then you could, you know, take the correct measures to
take the correct measures. I want my money back. That commissary, I didn't order. I want my money back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you should.
What is that?
Yeah,
And he
exactly.
thinks it's funny. Yeah. This is your pro tips on how to be a dipshit.
Semicolon. We're not sure what's happening there.
Yeah. But I just wanted to call and touch base with you for a minute. Katie Gropper and her crew are supposed to come finish up with me tomorrow, so I'll call you tomorrow after I'm done with that. Maybe by tomorrow.
Now,
Tomorrow?
Katie Gropper is the state attorney.
What's that?
They are working tomorrow.
They told me last week they were planning to come and see me tomorrow.
Okay. I mean, because there's no court because it's
Yeah, the holiday. I got you. They're planning. They told me that they were going to come and see me, so I'll.
Good. I mean, I wanted to talk to her and go over some of this stuff again. You know.
Sure, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, after talking to you and Jerry and what's come to light, all of it is just like. I'm also curious that she didn't mention to you Court TV, and she didn't mention it to Jerry because I just talked to Jerry again today. So I was like, that's odd.
That's
It
odd.
almost leaves this space in my mind like she doesn't even know yet.
I got you. Well, I think that's probably the highlight of the whole thing is that it's going to be televised.
The highlight.
Sure. But like I said, according to John, we don't even know that it's not going to cancel the whole case.
Right.
Or if it goes through, yeah. Well, hopefully it doesn't cause a cold. I don't even know.
I got
for
you.
all I know, for all I know, it's the best thing is to cancel the whole thing and not even go through this. And all the games they want to play are just go.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing though. Like, you know, for years it's been drifting, and then for these 2 months I felt like I had to read on the whole thing, and now it's the last week and a half, it's just so fatigued now. Like I just don't even, it's like so obnoxious.
Yeah.
Dennis Perry, you know, like who's under the circumstance?
Well, I'll be in court on Tuesday. I have a feeling, and I'll call you immediately afterwards and let you know.
Yeah, but
so
you won't really know anything about the case for that. The circumstance comes later.
Yeah.
And who knows how many witnesses they got permission to have on Zoom. You know, like, I don't expect the state side is going to be very elaborate or take that long. You know, it's a pretty direct presentation. Then we get to the other side. I mean, if Kenny Torres is in there, anything could be in that net.
Yeah.
We're taking the piss out of him. Sorry. Not sorry.
I know.
I mean, given the scope of it, what can Sandy Torres really contribute?
I mean, she's going to say, I don't know what she's going to say. Like, I'm looking forward to having her there and being able to speak on that matter in front of the court, because it's just going to help unravel, at least on some level, the crimes that were committed against me by Buncombe County by not giving me a trial and holding me against my will.
I wonder also, like, how freeform.
So he's planning to use it as a stage to tell how hard done by he's been. Let's go back and listen to that again.
Like, I'm looking forward to having her there and being able to speak on that matter in front of the court, because it's just going to help unravel, at least on some level, the crimes that were committed against me by Buncombe County by not giving me a trial.
By Buncombe County by not giving him a trial.
Trial and holding me against my will.
I wonder also, like, how freeform.
Holding him against his will.
Yeah.
You know, response. Like, I don't know how freeform that is.
Right.
So you're planning to discuss some of that?
I mean, I'm about to tear these motherfuckers apart, bro. You already know.
I'm about to tear these motherfuckers apart, bro. I'm about to tear these motherfuckers apart.
But I mean, dude, they're about to give me a microphone, Z. I mean, you know what I'm going to do with it.
You don't have to tell me. Like, I just don't know how freeform it is. But
yeah, I know. I mean, I don't either, but I'm going to make it as freeform as I possibly can until the judge cuts me off.
It's just, I don't know, like, how much. It's kind of a weird sequencing because, you know, like, okay, that's already, like, well, baked the cake to talk about it. But, you know, let's say they called me at this point, and then they haven't called Gabriella yet. This is all going to come up later. You know, it's just like this weird element because it's like court about me, but it's not about me. You know, so it's like I'm not on trial, but it's like I am.
Oh, he's feeling left out. It's about him, but it's not about him. Oh. So at this stage, obviously, they haven't sequestered either him or Gabriella. But at some point, obviously, they sequester her. And in the last phone call we heard, they had actually sequestered him as well, but never called him.
Because I'm going to be the exhibit. And just like
I'm the exhibit.
You know, there's not a lot of.
I'm going to be the exhibit. That's what he thinks. I'm going to be the exhibit.
motility for me as a witness who's somehow like a defendant. Like for her to speak and speak after it or no to speak before it about things that I would just like say, where it's like, so how'd that work out for you, Gabriella, when you said very similar things, that you whispered in Kawani's ear?
You're a fuckwit, mate. Absolute tosspot.
But I just find, on just like a pretty rapidly unraveling level that Sandra Torres is a non-credible witness.
Sandra Torres was the one that stopped and helped when Chloe ran out into the traffic. And she's the one that ended up with the broken occipital bone for her efforts. She's totally not credible. The drunken drug addict. That one.
A very high magnitude. I feel like an extreme propensity to lie about everything and anything under the sun.
Man, I just feel like it's a blessing in disguise. I'm hoping to try to turn it into that anyway. I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, honestly, Z, I know where you're at, but I'm like, I want everybody to be there. I want my opportunity to speak on every single one of them.
Wait, you guys forgot Daffy Duck. Hold on.
Yeah, I know. You remember that girl that we met that one time on the beach? We were like, hey, we had to talk for like 10 minutes. Yeah, she's going to be there. So like, no, I'm just being facetious.
This call will be terminated in 2 minutes.
This guy who's my cellmate in here, he's going to be there too. Like, he's known me for like a day now. Yeah.
It's just, like if these people like Trethewey reached out to her way back, I mean, like, it's just they might not be like that ridiculous, but also like they seem pretty petty. So
yeah,
who knows how big a tent they want to open up, and Jerry just indicated the judges, like them having to say words like these people are very fed up with this. It's just like, how ridiculous is it? And it might not be. It might just be a couple of levels of ridiculous.
Just a couple of levels of ridiculous.
Yeah, of course.
This call will be terminated in 1 minute.
There's somebody trying to get on the phone, dude. I just want to get in here for 15 minutes and call you. I will call you tomorrow.
Tomorrow after things.
I love you very much.
I love you. Bye, darling. Bye. See you, honey. Mwah. Don't forget to put the bins out. Love you. I mean, seriously. For shiz. Now, I actually I'm going to go and search because I had some arrest stuff, some court docs and stuff. So let's search this together. No, it's not one of my previous searches. All right, so where is my thing? KYM. No. Kemp. Is this the right one? .com / WP. Oh, come on, come up in my history. Content. Uploads. This better work after all this. I wonder if it was that one. No. All right. Let me go back. All right. Now, pretty sure. Nope. Go back. Pretty sure I just had to put in. No. Maybe it was here. No. Let me just check the link that Cindy sent me, because it was awesome. It showed so much stuff. Why didn't that come up? I can't screen share my mobile either. Should I send the link to my email address? No, not there. Unicorn, there it is. Ah, okay. Found it. So this is Benjamin Ben Michael's criminal history. All right, so in the state of Florida. And unfortunately, I could not access any of these documents because you need to pay some fee. Like you have to sign up, but it was $50 a month, and that wasn't happening. Oh, I wonder if I can get them down here. I didn't see that. Probable cause affidavit. Yeah, you watch, it'll say no. See? Yeah. All behind a paywall. But you can see how many things there are on here. But the one on Jason Spillars was better because you could actually get into it. So hang on. Courts portal. Let's go back. Okay, let's see. That brings this up. Okay. E-courts portal. And then, come on. You can do it. No, I don't want to log in. I just want to. Oh, that's of Western Australia. No, 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 no. E-courts portal. Ugh. Portal. Let's see. I can read. Tyler Tech. Cloud. Ah. It's shit when I get stuff on my on my mobile and I can't send the link. Smart search. Oh, did I find it? Oh, I think I did. Oh. Okay, so I had to type in, go back. Sorry, I'm not a robot. Right, this is Jason's, well, his North Carolina criminal history, and it pretty much involves child support enforcement. Obviously, he's not paying his child support. I'm tipping. So that is in November 2000. So he must have a child at least with Crystal Moore. So that was the first one. Where did it go? How do I go back on that? Nope. Oh, there we go. So that child support was the first one, Child Support Enforcement Agency, second one, state employees credit union. So there is a ton of people that he owed money to. Forest Hills Mobile Home Park, Forest Hills Investments, Emery Land Company. Now it looks on this one, it looked like there was 4 people that he had conned into signing some documentation to purchase some land or some crap, and they never paid any money for it. What's this one? All right, so these are traffic infringements, I believe. So he didn't pay his speeding fine. But there is just an absolute plethora. Here we go, like page 1 of 3. So, you know, this bloke is just an upstanding citizen. Final judgment. No judgment. Who goes to court this many times in their life? Like, seriously. I really wish I could find, though, the hearing of him applying for pro se status. So yeah, anyway, just wanted to show you that there was an absolute crap load of evidence out there that this guy is a total douche. Total. In fact, if you look up the word dipshit in the dictionary, you will find his picture right there. Just saying. All right, let's get back to some of his testimony. Understand. There we go.
Like, I come from a large family. My dad has 5 siblings and my mother has 4. They all have children. All my aunts and uncles have children. So my dad's oldest brother. And so I'm the oldest on my mom's side. I have like 11 cousins, and some of those cousins have kids now, and I've held dozens of babies and been around, family. And I've spent a lot of time. I've held a lot of babies, and interacted with a lot of babies. And she was a really bright light and a special child. And we got along. She was, I cared deeply, as I still do, obviously.
All right. Let me go back. You mentioned a minute ago that, in terms of the terminology of mentally ill or insane, and you said, you're going to have to shoot me straight on that. What I want to talk to you about is just observations.
We can do.
I don't need you to put labels on anything.
Awesome. If you find me I'm just speaking freely now, so there may be points and times where, words come where I use words to describe the state, quantity state, mentally impaired, insane. Erratic, manic behavior. I'm using these words because I don't know what other words to use.
Okay.
And so if you would like to direct me in another way, I will use the words that you would like for me to use. So
let me ask you a pointed question. In terms of, do you think collectively as the group that you all maybe had some untraditional worldviews, or not subscribed to by the masses? I'll say.
Not subscribed to by the masses. Yes, I'll take that compliment.
Okay. And I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just trying to get to the root of it.
I'll take that compliment, like I said.
The purpose of my question is I want to establish with you, and I will do it through questioning, the difference between an independent delusion that Kuwani might have been having versus belief systems that you all adopted that maybe are a departure from the masses.
Yeah, I hear you. I find that to be rather irrelevant to the whole thing because, we're talking about a woman. And so here's the thing. I'm going to lay it down for you like this. When we went to Florida, me and Jennifer,
please do.
We had like a real curiosity about this. And we're like, what kind of strangeness is this? Like, I met Z. I think, like I said, I feel like I had met the wives like briefly at Peggy's house, but only for a minute. And I can't remember if that's how it was or not, or if I didn't actually meet them until Florida. But I feel like I don't mean to be disrespectful or interrupt you, but we have to have whatever your responses are be a response to my question. Okay, very good.
And Tricia,
let me.
Did you get your snakes? Did your order arrive?
Just ask a narrow question.
Very good.
In terms of the belief systems or the things that you may have discussed amongst the group, was there any type of belief that the world is fake or things are not real around?
Not real? Mm-hmm. Well, define real.
Okay. Do you recall having discussions or the group subscribing to some type of a belief that?
No, I asked you a question.
Okay.
I asked you to, or I made it as a statement. Define real.
Okay.
Define
was
real.
there any belief system amongst your group that there is an alternate reality or that what we're perceiving or living is not actually what we're perceiving or living?
So I'm going to answer that with facts.
Okay.
And we're going to go back to what I was talking about before, that it is fact that atoms, ATOMS, exist. And
really?
Atoms are in it mostly just empty space. Okay. And so they are colliding particles that form a visual and materialistic reality that we experience right now. Now, if we are to define what is real, then you are to define what is real by your senses, because these fundamental understandings of factual reality are understood by intellectuals all over the world. Mm-hmm. Now, whether the common ignorant masses can put them into practical application for their own life and their own ability to strive to understand and comprehend themselves and see reality as it is. I live amongst the inept, but to describe something that is mostly empty space as real is scientifically, logically, and factually repugnant.
Okay. So can you imagine, right? Having listened to those jail cell calls and knowing his intent behind this testimony. Can you imagine them sitting down together and watching them after the trial? Having a laugh. It's all funny. I told you I was going to do that, bro. Yeah. You did. You told him.
So
Sorry.
real would mean that we have our senses and we are connected to these bodies. And like many tens, hundreds of millions of individuals around the world, I hypothesize, and I would call it to be my belief that that we all have souls, that there is a soul, that there is an energetic manifestation that is participating in this reality in a body.
He has a soul. He just has a prefix prior to that. And the prefix is ass. Asshole.
So there's something greater. There is something greater. To answer your question directly, there is a greater, there is something greater happening here than what the Annette can perceive or choose to perceive.
Okay. And did Z and Kawani and Gami and Shayla, did they all sort of share that view? Are those things that you all discussed?
Well, this intellectualism was shared by myself and Z for sure. Like we talked about this immediately.
Okay.
But like I say, I mean, I know several individuals who are able to keep up with these like types of conversations and comprehensions of fact.
Did you all believe that you had some type of broader consciousness, or I don't know if I'm using the right
I think that everyone has the potential to have a broader consciousness.
Okay.
I don't know how this attorney questioned him, A, with a straight face, and B, without stabbing him in the eye with a fork.
That did I know it to be factual that I am pursuing that and that the average individual is not? 100%.
Okay. And was that sort of the tone of the group in terms of like your
Absolutely.
I guess broader calling in the world?
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and try to put words into the mouths of these other individuals. Now we have some agreement. So it's like, is that a delusion? I don't think so. It's like, is that delusional to say that? Is she in a delusional state when she's making these proclamations? Yes. Is she in a state where she has no memory of what she's doing and is like absent of herself? Because Kawani is a sweet and caring and loving mother. Like I saw her in May, and that's, when Jennifer and I went to Florida, that was the whole thing. Like we saw this baby and there was this bright, happy, joyous, cared for child. I've been around enough babies where I know you can tell when they're not in proper care for their mothers. And there was no sign of that whatsoever. Like this baby was completely carefree and happy and joyous. And Kawani was an excellent mother. She was attentive. She was warm and nurturing and loving. She would never strike her husband or the sister wives in the way that I saw her later. She would never do these things. Like, I mean, it was just very apparent. And that was in the child. Like you could see that in the child. It's like, if I had an aunt who was a little on the loud side, it's like even when her children were little, they were a little on the loud side. You know what I'm saying? Like children imitate their parents. And so you see it in this child and you're watching Kawani care for this child and they're all like fine and wholesome. There's like a lot of wholeness in their group, wholesomeness. And the baby was just fine. Like I wouldn't have continued a relationship with these people. The foundation, because I like Z. I did. And when I first met him, he's a highly intellectual individual who likes to, and we shared a lot of worldviews that are based on fact and science and understanding of.
I've just, he's an expert on everything. I just went into my YouTube homepage, right? Now this is freaky. This is really weird. I'm going to share this because this is my homepage to my YouTube account, yeah? And this is just saying basically some of the streams that my subscribers have put out. Now have a look at this one down here. Anne Boleyn's execution. What the fuck? It's a post from 3 years ago. Like, how the hell would they know that I even mentioned Anne Boleyn? Or what the fuck? It's not. I didn't even like search her. That is freaky. What the hell? Wonder if it's trying to tell me something. Hollywood versus history. And I'm not even subscribed to that person. I shit you not.
From the historical record that Queen
I'm not
Anne Boleyn,
subscribed.
second wife of Henry VIII, was executed at the Tower of London on the 19th of May, 1536, on a scaffold draped in black, which stood in between the central White Tower, which you can still see today, and the modern entrance to the building where the crown jewels are now kept. None of the 3 depictions under discussion here filmed at the Tower, and even if they had, the structures don't quite look the same today as they did in the 16th century.
That's freaky. I've actually been to the Tower of London. Wow. I'm not even subscribed to this person. Bizarre. And there's another one, the execution of Anne Boleyn. Holy crap. That's just okay then.
Like, teachings and things like that. So we hit it off. But
Let me ask you. I don't want to get too far afield of what the original.
Sorry.
That's okay. Sometimes you get going and then we don't
I'm just
remember what the question
trying
was.
to give a full scope.
I get it.
Yeah.
So I want to narrow back in on. You said you had seen her punch herself or injure herself.
100%.
Had you ever seen anybody else restrain her or physically assault her?
Not like that.
Okay.
There was this one time where she tried to jump out of a window in the place where we were staying in Virginia Beach, but and Z hugged her, basically put his arms around her and stopped her. But I've seen Z sit there and take licks to the face and do nothing. I've seen these other girls be abused by Kwani in her delusion. Like I say, she never did that. And when she would come back, she would start crying, and we'd talk about what had happened and how she was attacking people, and she'd start crying, and have an emotional breakdown. She'd just be like, I'm so sorry, and she's just not that way. Kwani's not really violent like that. She doesn't hit. I mean, I had never seen her do that in a clear and I only saw her do that when she was losing her mind, as I say.
Okay.
And this just continued to get more and more intense and severe.
Is this
All right. Now you said, I want to go back a little bit to the incident on the 25th of November.
Yes.
So you said Sandra Torres intervened, that she said things about Hannah's going to be taken away, she's going to have the baby taken away, and that sort of set Chloe on this path where she believed that she had to protect Hannah.
Yes.
How did that incident end on the 25th?
The incident ended, so like I say, this woman that, is sitting here, Sandra Torres pulls off on the side of the road to rescue this woman, so she would say, and this woman who's sitting here willingly and knowingly gets into a car with her husband and her child and her sister to leave, to escape this belligerent, seemingly psychotic, definitely drunk, and threatening of gun violence individual. And Sandra Torres, like I say, Sandra Torres is trying to block Z from leaving. She's like, we're out of here. Sandra Torres goes into Z's car. Now, this is a random person. Keep in mind, this is just some woman that pulls off on the side of the road, decides to make this her business. Kwani's screaming about how she wants to call her mom. We're all standing around. Let her call her mom.
For no
one's trying to prevent her from doing this or do anything except run in the road and cause harm to herself. Please, here's the phone. Here's the phone. Call your mom. She never did call her mom. She was just being belligerent. And so was Sandra Torres. And then Sandra Torres gets out of her car and goes over to Z's car and takes the keys out of his ignition. So keep in mind, this is a stranger who pulls off on the side of the road and then goes into a man's car who's being calm and cool. And allow, let my wife call her mom if that's what that's going to make her feel better. goes into the car, pulls the keys out of his car, and says, "You're not going anywhere. You're going to jail. We're taking this baby away from you. You guys are disgusting people," like all this stuff to strangers. To strangers, she's doing this. Z takes his keys back from her. "Ma'am, this is my property. Give me my keys back." She starts slapping him and assaulting him. They get in the car and
This
leave.
is my property.
Peggy stands, like after they had pulled like a 50-point turn and try to get past this woman, because she's like moving her car to try to block them from leaving. She pulls over to rescue somebody and then tries to stop them from leaving against in their own will, and tries to like make a huge scene out of it to try to like hurt them in some kind of way. She pulls off, and then she starts, and then Peggy is standing in front of the car, and she basically, Sandra Torres started attacking Peggy, beating the crap out of her, slamming her head against the hood of the car. And I sat there and watched that. And now Z and Kwani and Shayla had already pulled away at this point. So I'm just standing there watching Peggy get her ass kicked, pretty much. Yeah. And I was like,
good for you.
I sat there and I watched for probably like a little bit too long, to be honest with you. That's how I felt about it, because of the way she was getting beaten by this woman. This woman's like very tall and broad-shouldered Nordic woman. And Peggy's this 5'0" petite woman who is not a fighter. This woman has a violent history, you know? And so she's, you know, assaulting Peggy and beating the crap out of her. And so I put my body in between Sandra Torres and Peggy. And then Sandra Torres punched me in the face once, and I went like this, and she punched me in the face again. And I picked her up and I put her down on the ground.
I bet she enjoyed every second of it.
That was the end of that day.
What do you mean you put her down on the ground?
I picked her up and I forced her body to the ground.
Okay. How would you describe a slam? A push?
I picked her up and I dumped her to the ground. Yeah.
You picked her up physically off of the.
I physically picked this drunken, belligerent woman who had just assaulted 3 people and was threatening us with gun violence up off the ground, slammed her down on the ground, got in my car, and I pulled off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were the police ever involved?
Yes, they were.
Okay. When you were there, were the police involved?
No, they weren't.
Okay. Did you call the police?
No, definitely not.
No. So who got charged and who pled guilty to said charges? Oh, yes, I see. You have to mention the word hottie. That chick's hot, or that chick's cute, or her hair's pretty. And he shall pop up. He's probably lurking. So I'm pretty sure that using my diagnostic criteria, this man he has a terminal case of dipshititis. Sorry, he's definitely been exposed. Definitely. What did I say? He cracked me up. You crack me up. I'm gonna have to put a picture of a hottie up now. There is one. Oh damn. That was mean. I lured you in then. And I can't even offer you anything from this testimony. There's no hotties there. That's funny. Oh dear. All right. Was there anyone else wants to watch? Anything they wanted to cover? I think I might have I had down on my diary today that the Laurie Shaver sentencing was today, but I think I've done the same thing because I put it in on the date that it says in my diary, but I forget that I'm 14 hours ahead of you. So that date is tomorrow, pretty much. So when I went looking for anything to do with her, I couldn't. Oh, okay. Well, it appears that it is Yeah. Maybe it is. Let me have another look. Because when I log on, it's before court opening time. So like it's before your business day starts. So the court TV doesn't have what's going on. Okay, there's this. No, it's not on that one. Oh, where is it? See if it's online crime. Nope. Nope. Bloody hell. Crime trials. Let's have a look at that one. What's on the alive list? No, what the? Well, I know that Brandy Churchwell has it set for 3 hours time. So maybe it's an afternoon session, perhaps. Actually, I'm not sure if we were talking. It says November 25th. Well, it's the 20. Yeah, it's the 25th for you today, isn't it? Because it's the 26th here now. Now I can't remember if it was backstage or if Stephen actually discussed this trial, but there's a trial going on at the moment that is not being covered. I think we must have done it on the podcast. The sad part is I generally check the screen because I had this. That's funny. Sorry. All right, let me go back. Start again, Jodie. Yes, I am. And I was actually watching Melanie Little, her version of it, but I thought maybe it's really, really interesting. Like, how about I just play because it's not being broadcast. The whole case is not being covered. It's just snippets here and there. And today I think they've got their closings, so it's not even like a huge trial, but it's based in Massachusetts, but in the boondocks, I think, like out in the rural suburbs of Massachusetts. And it's about Brian Camper and his girlfriend who were asleep in their beds to be awoken by an intruder. Well, the intruder was apparently on Brian trying to strangle him when he's in bed. Now, excuse me. Now, it's one of those things that's difficult to explain. So what I might do is I'll just play it. Please, just to go off on a complete different tangent because it's really, really interesting. And the 911 call, so the 911 call went on for 20 minutes, I believe, and you can hear the scuffle in the background. So they fought for like 20 minutes, these two blokes, and the intruder was, I think, 6'2", and Brian Camp is 5'5". Now, he was also completely starkers at the time of the attack. And just going to find day one. I think it's that one. Let me just. No, that's not it. Hang on. Go back. Go back, Jodie. That's my history. Is that it? Catch up on opening. No, this one. Ah! No, it's not that one. Must be that one. Yes, this is it. All right.
Thanks, girl. You didn't include your name in the.
All right. So she stumbled across this trial herself, and she watched it on Cassie's. Can't wait until like this time tomorrow. So actually no, it'll be later than that. So 4 p.m. and you're yeah, you. Oh, Mandy. Thank you. We love you too, darling. You pop it in to say hello. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Could he have been fun? Yeah, absolutely. That's why I thought it might be worthwhile just following through and just seeing what yeah, we're doing well, sweetheart. We're doing well. We got a little bit sidetracked, but we diverted off our path. We began with Jason Spillars and taking the piss, so to speak, and ended up watching the opening statements of the Brian Camp trial, which isn't being publicised. It's only they're just taking snippets of it, unfortunately. But how you going, Miss Moo? How you going? Do we all have a good weekend? You popped in right at the end, right at the end of the stream. But I did a funny oh, okay. Wow. After how many years? That's big. That's big news. Big news. I'm trying to work out whether or not I do, yeah, for sure, a Justice Watch stream, because so 26, which is my time now, so it's your tomorrow at 4 p.m. is the hearing as to whether they accept the Alfred P. You got P on the brain. Alfred plea. And he could walk free. And it's 4 o'clock tomorrow. So it won't be televised. But Steve has a contact down there that will let him know what's going on. So I'm just trying to work out my plan of attack for the week. Basically, it's one of those 21st century issues. It's a scheduling issue. What to do? But I would really like to be able to see if no, stop it. No, everyone go over and see Miss Mandy. Go and like and sub her. Where's my link? I know it's here somewhere. There it is. Ta-da! Off you go. Share the YouTube, love, like, and sub. I was going to say, yeah. So I'm planning my schedule. So I might just fly by the seat of my pants and play it by ear. But I would like to be there if he does get released. Oh, stop it. Stop. Oh, bless. Thank you. Mummy told me to do it. Oh, you dags. Welcome, Lord above. Welcome, welcome. It's great to have you. And thank you very much. Thank you kindly. And you, Missy Moo, you're in trouble. Thank you. You know you don't have to do that. Thank you very much. And thank you, Mandy. You dag. No. And nobody tell her. You're not here for that. You're here. You're here to keep me entertained. It is lovely. Yes. Yes, I would really, if I had, oh, Anna, stop it. Oh, you're going to make me cry in a minute. Stop. That's awesome. Thank you. Oh, dear. I don't do much. And what I do, I enjoy. So thank you. Yes, we get membership, then it will show. Really? No, it should just be to the right hand side of your chat button. There should be a symbol, I think. Let me see. It's not show. It won't show up on here, but I wonder if I can gift a membership. No, see, it won't let me do it. How do you gift a membership, Mandy? Like, I can't gift anyone a membership. Really? Wow. That's bizarre. You don't have to be a member to send a super chat. Mind you, I'm only at the first tier of monetization. So at 500 subs, you get access to memberships, super chats, and super stickers. And then when you hit 1,000 subs, you get the full monetization with the ads and all that sort of stuff. And Mandy, they said they were going to send me a pin, but by mail. And I haven't received that yet. It should give the option to, no, okay. It will not allow me, not even in the studio, to gift anything. Nothing. Wow. Really? Okay, good. All right. That's fine. I'm not missing out on anything. Let me see if I can copy that link for you, Anna. That's bizarre that you can't. This is the link. I'll put it in chat. Copy. Oh, and I did. I'll send you. Yes, you found it, you dag. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. You're a pack of nongs. And if you go, thank you very much. You're way too generous. If you go back onto my homepage, like my channel page, and into the about information, like up the very top, there is a link to. I'll get it whilst I'm here. I went through. I don't know if you heard me yesterday, Teresia. I went into the merch shop and I discounted the tumblers and some women's t-shirts and some caps and stuff, and that's on top of the the discount, you know, the first 2-week discount. Like I dropped the price down to cost price. So if you want to order it, get in quick. So that's the merch shop. That should be the link for that as well. Christine bought a jersey, like a hoodie, and she said it was really good. So you can have two choices. So there is the avatar, this one. So you can get the avatar, or you can get the logo, that one, top right hand corner. And at the bottom, when you go onto the website, if you scroll right down to the bottom, it has customize. So you can choose how big you want it to be, like where you want it, the actual printing, whether you want it in the middle, to the side, you know, you can play around with that. Yeah, so have some fun. You might even be able to put your own stuff in there. I don't know. It's a company that you just pretty much give them your logos, pick the items that you want to sell, and they do everything else. They even put the prices and stuff in. But I can alter them, which I did because I'm sneaky. I love them. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, so they're at apparently it's 25% off is the usual promo they do when you sign in or sign up. And I dropped the prices right down to the as low as I could go, basically. They're not as cheap as I thought they were going to be, but anywho, we'll leave them that way until after Chrissy. I'm gonna have to order. Well, I haven't even ordered any for myself. Yeah, it's called Spreadshop. Spreadshop.com. The links, well, that's the link there. But once you get there, you can open your own stuff. Just click on that link in chat, Darren, and that will take you straight to my merch shop. And it's free, Mandy. You don't have to do anything. They cover all the orders, the printing, the delivery, everything. And Christine ordered one, what was it, 10 days ago or so, Christine, and it only took 3 or 4 days for it to arrive. Is that right? It wasn't long. No, thank you, Cindy. Thank you. I really, really want to be able to donate memberships while I'm on live, but I can't. It won't. I can't do it. And I can't redirect live streams or anything yet. I have to wait to get to 1,000, which is really shitty. But never mind. So thank you very much, Cindy. That's awesome. You've all been way, 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 way too generous. And it is very much appreciated. Thank you. Thank you very much. A lot of you. Look at you. Lola's mum, Miss Mundy, Lauren Above, Missy Moo Moo, and Cindy. A lot. Just, I'm a lord. Lordy be. That's awesome. The minimum requirements. Minimum requirements for. Oh, really? Hang on. Let me go down. Let me try my link. Yeah, no. I'll share the screen for you and I'll show you what it, oops. Here you go. But I just clicked on that. Maybe don't use the link in my chat. Go to my page. So hang on, let me go back. Let me go back. So when you come to my place, when you oh God. All right, let me just. So when you come to my channel, this is what you'll see. All right. So we are live here. This is us here now. So you go up into this section up the top here where it says 8 more links, and you click into there, and that's where you find all the links here. And then you click on merch sales, that one, and it will take you right there. So then you get the options of choosing whatever it is you like. And that's the bottom bit down there where it says create your own thing. So you can put your own stuff on it, which looks really good. The tumblers, yeah, so I think I discounted those. I definitely discounted those hats, tank tops, t-shirts. All right, so where is the mugs and drinkware? So that one, that's the tumbler, isn't it? That's the one I reduced. That one there. So you can go in and decide what logo you want on it. Is that the right one, Teresia? That's the only one that said tumbler. Or was it one of these you wanted? Let me know. I put the right one. I was looking at what? Lost my place. And you guys can do one of these yourselves. Like if you've got a channel or a business or whatever, it's free. Like you go up the top there, see that bit there? Open your own merch shop. And it was literally as simple as uploading my logos. And then you get to pick which items you would like to include in your collection out of hundreds. So the one I'm getting is silver and black. So that one there, this one here, the 14-ounce travel mug. Is that the one? Because I didn't discount that one. So if you haven't ordered it, hold on, and I will go in. I've got to remember how I did it. I've got to log back in because this is the sales page. I have to log back in as the owner type of thing. So don't order it just yet. Wait until, give me an hour after the stream, and I will adjust. Oh, thank you. Shidot. So yeah, let me know if there is something that you're interested in. I'll drop the price down. But yeah, they have a heap of stuff. They've even got baby stuff. So cute, like little jumpsuits and look at that. So yeah, they've got a heap of stuff. I'm going to get myself one of those for shiz. I dropped the prices of that down to the bare minimum. I think that's the one. Christine. See, I'm not sure if this is showing. Be interesting. What price does yours have? Because I think this is Australian pricing, not US. Because that says $37.78. Is that US or Australian? Cindy needs a pink hoodie. No, it was just online. I don't think it's. I think it might be US based, actually. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. And if you go to the top bit here, 7 days left, you get it's 15% off. So you click on the redeem there, and that gives you an extra 15% off. Okay. All right. So tank tops, women's tank tops, and hoodies. Yeah. All right. Done. And the travel mug. All right. Give me an hour and go back on, and I'll have adjusted the prices by then. I'll work out how to relog back in. All right. Well, I think I've had a hair. It's been annoying the absolute fuck out of me all stream. I had the fan on before and it was blowing in my eye. Oh, that sounded wrong. Okay, how do I get rid of this now? There we go. All right. I might call it a night, my lovelies. I've got a bit to do. I will see you I should come up with some one-liners. What if I put the dipshit thing in there? I suffer from dipshititis. All right, leave it with me. All right, my darlings, head over onto Miss Mandy's page. She's doing the YSL closings today, so go and check her out. She's awesome. And I shall see you. Oh, look, do you see that? Defense vests and frolics on the beach. Thank you, darling. Thank you all. And right back at you. I shall see you same time, same place, same back channel on the morrow. Bye-bye.
Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule at the defense rests. Justice served in an honest fight. True crime tales till the verdict's right. Solving more than just trivial quests, where sentences rule and the defense rests.